To teach you how to rave. This is part one. Big Fish, Little Fish.
Hi guys, and welcome to the latest episode of Big Fish, Little Fish TV. Today I'm going to be showing you a little trick with your boilies to supercharge them to make sure that they're offering maximum levels of attraction. As you might know, most of my fishing is based around overnight sessions, short sessions, etc, etc. So I want my bait to be working for me from the moment I get to the fishery. One of the ways I do this is exactly how I'm going to show you now. Now, this is obviously my bait of choice, which is the Pacific tuna. Now, I choose to use freezer baits. When you use a freezer bait, obviously you take it, you use them straight out of the bag, nothing wrong with that. You put them in a lake, they will defrost fairly quickly. But if you sniff them, and obviously try and break them down, there's not much smell to them. Okay, they're not really working yet in terms of maximum attraction. So what I like to do is first of all I like to boil the kettle. I get my little bucket, get my bait, and I pour in a bit. I'll only use a little bit for the demonstration. Just pour those in, you see they're in there. Once the kettle is boiled, what I will then do is I'll pour that over, slightly covering them in water and making sure, and then what I'll do is just pop the lid on and we'll leave that alone for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to wait for the kettle to boil and we'll show you that. The kettle is now conveniently boiled, so we'll pour our liquid over the top. You can see that. And just enough liquid to be able to cover the baits. Once we've done that, stick the lid on it and we'll wait for 10 minutes. Okay guys, well 10 minutes has passed now, and for the purposes, I want to drain the water off now. Now for the purpose of this thing, we're going to use a Big Fish, Little Fish mug. Hopefully it's just about taken enough and I won't be drawing the boilies all over the table. We pour off all the liquid. Try not to pour all the boilies into the cup as well. Now, what that's done is just taking the edge off these, stop them from being frozen. And again, you can start to feel the smells and the taste coming off that boilie just there. Okay, so now we've got it like that, we're going to repeat the process. So the kettle goes on again. But what we're going to add something now, at this stage, you start to add like powders. Now here I've got a couple of powders you can add. You've got the green lip mussel extract, or you've got the pure liver powder, but you can add all sorts of things. You've got fruit powder, you can put fructose on it, you can put the feed stim XP powders, etc., krill powders, all sorts of things, whatever balances with your bait. Now, because it's Pacific tuna, I'm going to put the green lip mussel powder over the top. So you can see I'm just going to put a little spread there. You see that guys there? I'm just going to roll those baits in it as well. And then, as the kettle's boiled again, I'm just going to pour this over and do exactly the same thing again. Enough water to coat the boilies and just sit over the top of them like that. And again, we're then going to stick the lid on. Now this stage, I would then be doing this about half an hour before I want to get to the venue. It takes me about half an hour to get to my lake, so absolutely perfect. I'll do this just before I leave, pour the water over it, pour the powders over it, stick the lid on and leave it. And then half an hour later, we'll come back to it. Okay guys, so it's half an hour later, I've got to my venue, I'm casting my baits out, I'm ready to put my freebies over the top. So let's peel this off. Oh, and already you can smell that wonderful aroma coming off these baits. It's a bit like, I liken it to having an uncooked steak and a cooked steak. Cooked steak smells amazing, the uncooked steak doesn't really smell of anything. It's the same with these, they're now supercharged, they're hot, they're very, very warm to the touch, they're softened up a bit, and you can just about make out the green lip mussel extract staying on the outside of the bait. It won't dissolve in the water, but a little bit of it will start to penetrate the tops of the baits as well. I think it's a fantastic way. If you had smell and vision, you'd be able to really smell how fantastic this is. At this stage, again, I do exactly what I did before, which is drain off the excess liquid. Again, not to burn my fingers. Oops, escapee. Right, now that stage, they're perfectly happy to use them as they are. No reason whatsoever, reason you can't cast those out. However, you can also add some of the feed spin XP liquids, things like salmon oils, krill extract, even things like classic like shellfish centipede, or my personal favourite, little bit of aqua amino, which is stuff of amino acids and things like that. Great things to just add a little glaze over the top, put them over, and then leave it at that. And those baits are now absolutely supercharged and ready to go.